guys, welcome to ETland. So today we are going to look at AYANEO 2S and AYANEO Geek 1S. So this is actually some new information and a digest from yesterday's press conference. And the Indiegogo campaign for these two devices are going to launch today. So let's take a look at what we have from that conference. In this video, we are going to take a look at the spec, the color variations, some comparisons with ROG Ally, and so on. So without further saying, let's go into the video. Okay, so here is a table for the comparison of the spec of AYANEO 2S and AYANEO Geek 1S. For both of them, they all have the 7 inches IPS screen, but for AYANEO 2S, it has a no bezel screen, where the Geek has a 800 narrow bezel screen. And there are 5 color variations for AYANEO 2S. They are the Starry Black, Sky White, Retro Power, B-Duck Pink and Blue, and B-Duck Joyful Black. For AYANEO Geek 1S, they have the Fantasy Black, Sky White, and Nebula Purple. They also mentioned that they were not able to make the transparent purple that they announced in the previous version of Geek, so the Nebula Purple is their countermeasure to it. In terms of controller, the AYANEO 2S has Master Control, where the Geek 1S has Geek Control. Most of the functions are identical, however, the AYANEO 2S has a better sensitivity in joystick trigger, and it also has a better assistant in gyroscopic aiming. So we see that there is a grip dual 6-axis gyroscope in 2S, where it is absent in the AYANEO Geek 1S. And we also have different vibration motors, and there is a new SoundTag Magic Sound Vibration in 2S, where it is not in the Geek 1S. In terms of size, the AYANEO 2S is actually a little bit smaller than that of the Geek 1S, and it is about 5 grams lighter than that of the Geek 1S. So if we compare the weight to ROG Ally, it is about 60 grams heavier than that of the Allies for both devices. And in terms of the CPU, both of them are using AMD Ryzen 7 7840U. So this is actually very interesting because in Dave Toody's channel, he actually mentioned that the performance of AYANEO 2S, the performance is pretty much the same and sometimes better than that of the Ally. One thing in the spec that I like very much is that the SSD now supports double-sided, so the max SSD you can get is 8 TB. The early bird price for Geek 1S is starting from $699, which is a good deal, and the retail price is kind of expensive. It starts from $999, and here is the shipping sequence of the Geek 1S. And here is the price for AYANEO 2S. The starting price of the early bird price is from $949, so this is a rather premium device. Here is the sequence of shipment for AYANEO 2S. It states that it will ship from the end of June. However, in the press conference, they also mentioned that they already have 200 units of the B-Duck version and some other version, so they will start shipping those units first. Their hope is to ship the units earlier than the expected time, but they are trying to have a buffer for the shipment, so they set the deadline of the shipment starting from the end of June. In my opinion, I think the AYANEO Geek 1S is very attractive because of its appearance and because it has 2 USB-C ports. In comparison, they only have 1 USB-C port in the Ally, and the SSD is very easy to get in comparison to what we have in the Ally. So if I could choose, I may want to choose the Geek 1S rather than the Ally. But for the cost performance, the other models will not be able to beat the Ally. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section about which device are you interested in, and see you in my next video. Bye!